Welcome to Finpod, your essential daily financial digest, here to get you up to speed before the market opens and to recap everything after it closes. I'm Evan, and I'm thrilled to be with you today. Finpod is proudly brought to you by Fintwit.ai, your go-to platform for real-time trading signals from X and cutting-edge AI-powered stock analysis. Let's dive into the markets, starting with what's trending on X, the social media platform that often sets the pace for market chatter. Today, we're seeing a few names generating significant buzz. Ondas Holdings is at the top of the list, down over 7%. Marvel Technology Group is also seeing a lot of discussion, similarly down around 7.5%. CoreWeave Class A common stock is another one drawing attention, also down more than 7.5%. Centessa Pharmaceuticals is down nearly 4% and is trending high. Finally, tech giant Apple is trending, though with a more modest dip of less than 1%. These movements are clearly sparking conversations among analysts and investors alike. Now for a broader look at the market. U.S. stock index futures are broadly higher this morning, with the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and NASDAQ futures all showing gains of around 1%. This comes as global markets also showed a mixed but generally resilient picture overnight. For instance, European equities saw some modest gains. However, there's a strong undercurrent of geopolitical tension, particularly around the Middle East conflict, which is pushing oil prices higher and creating some market uncertainty. WTI crude oil prices have climbed, trading above $100 a barrel, marking the first time since 2022 that they've closed above that level. On the Fed front, Chair Jerome Powell recently indicated that the central bank is unlikely to raise interest rates in the near term, suggesting they are looking past short-term oil price shocks and focusing on anchored inflation expectations. This has offered some relief to the bond market, with the 10-year Treasury yield dropping. There are no major macro data releases expected to significantly move the needle today, leaving geopolitical developments and corporate news to drive sentiment. Moving on to the rapidly evolving AI economy, it's clear that investment in infrastructure continues to be a massive theme. Global spending on cloud infrastructure hit over $110 billion in the fourth quarter of 2025, a nearly 30% year-over-year increase, largely driven by accelerating AI demand. Hyperscalers like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, and Google are significantly stepping up their capital expenditure to build out AI capacity, with AWS alone expecting its capital expenditure to reach around $200 billion in 2026. The overall AI infrastructure market is projected to reach hundreds of billions of dollars by the end of the decade, with some estimates even exceeding $1 trillion. In company-specific news, Microsoft recently debuted new Copilot upgrades, combining models from both Anthropic and OpenAI to enhance its offerings. Meanwhile, OpenAI itself has been in advanced talks with private equity firms for a joint venture to distribute its enterprise products, reportedly offering favorable terms including early access to new models and a guaranteed minimum return. However, not all AI ventures are seeing smooth sailing. OpenAI decided to discontinue its Sora AI video app, citing waning popularity and a focus on core research for robotics. Also, Oracle announced a new AI-powered solution for restaurant operations today. Shifting our focus to individual stocks making headlines, we're seeing some interesting moves. Eli Lilly is in the news for its plan to acquire Centessa Pharmaceuticals in a deal that could be worth up to $47 per share, sending Centessa's stock rallying. On the analyst front, Jefferies assumed a buy rating on Emerson Electric, raising its target price. Conversely, Apple is making headlines as it reportedly escalated its crackdown on vibe coding apps, removing one such app from its app store last week. For Earnings Watch today, we have several companies reporting. Before the market opened, McCormick & Company reported its results, so investors will be digesting that news. Cinex Corporation also reported before the open. GameStop, the popular meme stock, is on the docket to report before the market opens as well. For those after the close, watch out for Nike's report. Analysts are estimating earnings per share of 31 cents for Nike, so that will be a key figure to watch for the sportswear giant. That wraps up today's FinPod. We've covered the buzzing stocks on X, the broader market movements influenced by geopolitics and central bank sentiment, the massive investments and key developments in the AI space, and some notable individual stock stories and earnings reports. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Finpod to stay on top of the financial world. For detailed analysis and AI-powered stock insights, visit fintwit.ai. Until next time, I'm Evan. Stay informed, stay ahead.